Hi everyone. Sorry, I was a few seconds late coming in there. Hope everyone can hear and see me. Can somebody let me know in the comments, Blues or Peter or someone, can you let me know that you can hear and see me? Fingers crossed. Sorry, I got distracted by answering the comments and seeing what people are having for dinner and everything, thinking about chicken curry, even though I've already had fish and chips. So, yeah. Anyway, nice to see you. We've got the Ubi in the house. Hey, Ubi. Brilliant to have you in, dude. Really great of you to come along. So thanks a lot for that. Johnny 3 Bar, first one in, early doors. Nice to see you. We have Peter Collins, who's just recorded allegedly a version of what was it? Feels Like Heaven, of course. Feels Like Heaven. Oh, such a beautiful song. Love that song. Do let me know, Peter, if you want to share that on the channel. I'll happily share it in a live stream or something like that. No worries if not, but I do love The Cure, so be well up for having a listen to that. But yeah, Gothfest. That sounds so cool. I presume, is that sort of going to be around Halloween sort of time? Are we all like jumping on that Halloween bandwagon? I know I am this year. I've had a little go at making a Halloween themed video. They say not to do that kind of thing on YouTube. The advice is to always make your content evergreen. That's the YouTube approach, is so that your video can be still relevant in 10 years, 15 years or whatever. But realistically, a lot of our videos are not even relevant in like a month. So I kind of think, what does it matter if you've made a Christmas themed or a Halloween themed or anything themed, seasonal themed video? It doesn't matter. Like, I watch whatever the content is because I'm interested either in the person or the channel in general, or just whatever I'm in the mood for. So I don't buy into a lot of the YouTube advice, and hence why this channel will never be like at the level of, even I'm 3,500, which is more than, like, way more than I thought I would ever get to, frankly, like, quite honestly. So I'm perfectly happy to be a small channel. I'm not looking to do this as a job or career or anything. So I ignore all that YouTube advice. I make super long videos that go on for hours. I don't sort of get them to the 10-minute mark. I don't think I've ever done a 10-minute video. I'm quite pleased that my video for Tuesday is squeaking in under the 20-minute mark. I was really pleased with that. I was quite impressed with myself for getting it to be that kind of sharp, but that involved a lot of editing, a lot of editing, which for me isn't that sustainable. My videos have to really be get it all in, tidy it up a little bit, and put it out. It has to be like that. I make one a week. I do them fresh every week. I don't have a stack of videos piled up to release whenever. I literally do them each week. So I have the time I have. I do what I can. So that's what you get, people. Anyway, who else is in the house? Hozza's in the house. Hey, Hozza. And Blue Sumlin, greetings to you and all friars indeed. Who else have I not seen? Oh, Rob. Hey, Rob, Mini Guitar Society. Thanks a lot for joining us. Blue Fingers. Hey, Blue Fingers. Thanks for joining. Don't think we've seen you before. Thank you, Six String Slinger 79, that saying you can see me. That's great. Hey Martin, nice to see you too. And Jeff and Richard Brown. Ninja Sticks. Hey Ninja Sticks, polishing your frets. Hope you're using the Fretilizer. Hope you bought it from my link. Actually, I don't think I've actually got one, have I? Might have put an affiliate link to, I think you can get it off of Amazon, yeah. So I think I might have put an affiliate link on there. Oh, cool. So Peter says, we vote on fests every 3 months for covers and originals. Oh, so each fest lasts 3 months. Right, cool. So you've been doing goth for 3 months. Excellent. Let us know what else, what other covers have you been doing? Because that does sound like it's at least partially my bag anyway. Yeah, Ubi, exactly. You get holiday videos from creators each year and watch them again. And yeah, exactly, right? Exactly, Richard. Halloween's every year. So how can it not be evergreen when it's a thing that happens every year? So I don't know. It's just something that they advise you not to do. Meh. Johnny Bean, hey dude. Johnny Bean says, I have videos from 15 years ago that still get 1,000 views every month. Wow. Now that really surprises me. That really does. That's really impressive, because, well, maybe your content was forward looking and, you know, ahead of the curve at the time, maybe. But I tend to find myself, anyway, as a viewer, that I sort of don't really tend to watch videos from kind of more than 10 years ago, let's say, just because I think the quality of what people used to produce wasn't at the same kind of level that it is now. And I find sometimes it's quite hard to watch older videos, or videos that are much older than 10 years anyway, because they just, you know, don't seem to be as well made, and therefore it's a little bit harder to watch. But not always. There have always been some super high quality channels. I'm sure yours was one of them. Hey Anton, nice to see you. Saw a lot of you earlier on, of course, in Budget Guitar Show's live stream. Really, really odd. We just seem to be, and I'm not copying him. I promise, I'm not just copying him. We just seem to be doing things on the same days randomly. Our videos come out on Tuesdays. We both usually would normally do our live streams on a Sunday, but for whatever reason this week it's just turned out that he wanted to do his on a Saturday, and I've done mine a day early as well. I think we've both been busy, we've both got plans, but honestly, I'm not stalking him, I'm not copying him. It just looks that way. It just looks like I am. So yeah. But anyway, nothing wrong with copying Johnny, because like his channel is awesome and it absolutely rocks. So yeah, you could do a lot worse. There's a lot of worse channels to copy. The future is minis, of course, Rob. Of course, your content, perfect. Like that's never gonna get old. Mini guitars will never get old, right? Brilliant stuff. What's everyone's Halloween costume? Excellent question. Excellent question. So you will see my costume in my video on Tuesday. I think the sad thing about that is that it's not really a costume. It's just my ordinary clothes. Like, my normal clothes are Halloween. I look kind of, I don't know. I think I was going for a bit of a sort of slightly creepy, gothic, sort of vintage style vibe, to give it that, I don't know, like slightly vampirish, maybe slightly undead feel to it. It's not a specific thing, just trying to look vaguely creepy, vaguely unsettling. So yeah, I try to just create a kind of atmosphere, and of course use all of the kids' Halloween props that we've got that we usually put outside of our house. But yes, what are all you guys going as? What's your shtick? What do you normally dress up as? Let's see what's our, what lengths do you go to kind of dress up for Halloween? Utility Muffin Research Lab, Muffin, as I'm now going to call you, because I'm not typing that name out or saying it every time. So Muffin is dressing up as a broke pedal builder. Is that going to involve like a drastic change, or is that not too much effort? Hello, Finnish Fenton. Hello to you. Who else is in the house? Steve Cassidy says hello, Jojo and the Friars. Hello, Steve. Steve, what are you dressing up as? Are you going to dress up as a guitar teacher on YouTube? We'll have to wait and see, I guess. Yeah, you see that this is the thing. Yeah, low res, shaky cams, bad audio, like that is the thing on super old YouTube. It can just be a bit of a struggle to get through, can't it? What? No way. Lobster, you were just featured on Andy Edwards' video last week. You remember Randy? Andy? Yes, I was. I was indeed. I was on one of Andy Edwards' videos. It was really interesting, actually. We were supposed to talk about jazz. So I'd reached out, this was quite early on in my channel. I'd reach out to Andy because I was looking for somebody to do a collab with. I wanted to get somebody to talk to me about jazz. I don't know anything about jazz, and this was as part of my Guilty Displeasures mini-series. And that was all about me looking at genres of music genres of guitar-based music specifically, but that I had never been interested in and always sort of dismissed, but I felt kind of guilty about, right? Because I feel like as a guitarist, I shouldn't be dismissive of any type of guitar music. So I wanted somebody knowledgeable to explain to me what's good about jazz. Why should I like jazz? Can you explain what it is? What am I not hearing? And try to help me to get into it and understand it a bit better. So I thought Andy Edwards, I'd seen quite a lot of his videos. He's pretty much a jazz guy. And I thought he would be ideal. And this was when he was getting big, but he wasn't at the level that he's at now. But he was, his channel was growing. But I feel like I was sort of there when, he was getting to that cusp of, he wasn't at 50,000 yet, kind of thing. So anyway, he did reply to me, and I thought, oh, brilliant, this is going to be great. And then we just had this conversation where it ended up being on his channel and not on my channel. And it ended up being all about Kurt Cobain and Nirvana and a load of other stuff. And it was just a really random chat. We just chatted for about 2 hours. It was brilliant. I really enjoyed it. Andy is a lot of fun. I'm sure, as you found, Lobster, I'm going to have to go and check that out because I'd love to see how that came out. But I had assumed on my chat with Andy that he was going to edit it. So this was obviously when I didn't really know very much about YouTube, and I didn't really know that much about how he makes the videos on his channel. Basically, he doesn't edit. He really doesn't. He just just shoots. He just goes, and whatever comes out, and he just puts the video up. And that's how he can churn out like a video a day or something ridiculous like he does. He just that the man is a machine. He's a content machine. I don't know how he does it, but I do know how he does it because he doesn't do any editing. That's how he does it. I mean, he does sometimes when he does funny characters, and he does do a bit of humorous editing now and then on his videos, but a lot of the time it's just he sits down, he has an idea, he shoots for an hour, and that goes up. So yes, that's very exciting. I will go and have a look at that, Lobster. But I think it was actually one of you guys. I think the reason, when I contacted him, I think the reason that he replied to me wasn't because he just replies to any old email. I think it was one of you guys. I don't know if it was you, Lobster. Maybe it was Exy. I don't know. There was one of you who is one of his patrons on Patreon, or was at the time, flagged me to him. So I still don't know who I have to thank for that, but thank you, whoever it was, because he is really funny and it was super fun going on his channel. But it didn't help me get my jazz video made. But actually it was great because in the end I made it with a viewer of the channel, Binny, from he's got a gaming channel called Binny's Retro. So we did a really great video and I really enjoyed that. So he was great. I think even better than Andy Edwards. He knows his stuff. So yeah, if you like jazz and if you're interested, go and have a look at that from last year. And also check out Binny's channel if you're into gaming. Just wondering, actually, don't know if anyone got the reference in, I think it was in my scale length video, the reference to Leroy Jenkins. It's one of the oldest gaming memes that there is. It's from about 2005. I did wonder if anyone would actually get it. It's from like World of Warcraft in 2005. But it still makes me laugh. So yeah, don't know if anyone picked up on that one, but nobody mentioned it. Anyway, that's enough rambling on from me. Who else is in? Dave Lewis. Hiya, Dave. Mark Spurgeon 8225. Sorry if I've said that wrong. Oh, and yes, as Mark says, don't forget to smash the like button. Please do. That would be very much appreciated. Lives never do that well, so I'm not too worried about it, but it's always nice if you can hit the like button. And I am the worst person for forgetting to say all that stuff. I never say it. I never remember. I get into what I'm talking about and I forget to say all that YouTube stuff. Oh yeah, Halloween costumes. 6-string slinger 79. Beetlejuice always goes down well. That's a tricky one though, isn't it? Is that not a little bit involved? I mean, I suppose it depends how far you want to take things, but I would have thought that's a little bit. Or I suppose it depends at what point in the film you're going as the Beetlejuice from, depends, which bit of the film. But yeah, Beetlejuice is a great film. That's a great film for Halloween, isn't it? You sit in the house with the lights turned off. Is that because you're too, you don't want to get involved with the trick or treaters? Is that it? You don't want people to come to your house and and ring the bell and ask for sweets, which is totally fair, by the way. I think that's totally fair. Like, we kind of have a thing around our neighborhood where if you want to sort of participate in the whole thing, you sort of decorate your house and you sort of put buckets of sweets outside the house. So, you know, we kind of make it so that if a house isn't decorated and stuff, you don't go and approach that house. And there's kind of like an agreement locally that that's what you do. So it's nice because you know that the people that are really up for it and have really decorated their house and they generally like put sweets outside, so you don't even have to go like knocking on doors and stuff. You can just sort of help yourself and try to, you know, be sensible about it. And usually the parents go round with the children, and so only let them take a couple of things at a time. It works quite well. I think it's quite nice, because otherwise I think, yeah, it's a little bit weird, isn't it? Going around people's house dressed up with a mask on or something. It could be a bit intimidating, couldn't it? Mark says, sorry, I don't dress up for Halloween. I'm no fun. I'm sure that's not true. I'm sure you're very fun, Mark. Maybe a different kind of fun. Oi, oi, Greg. How are you doing? The Walking Dead or the Fretting Dead? I guess, yeah, you could dress up as a zombie. Like, wouldn't be too difficult. That's what I look like just when I get up in the morning. So I don't know how anyone would know any different. Martin Smith says, my kids are arguing over which pumpkin patch they want to go to. Pumpkin patch? Like, when did this become a thing? Why don't you just go to Sainsbury's and buy a pumpkin? I don't understand. I've seen this. I haven't been to one, and I'm not going to go to one because I refuse, because they charge a fortune. And, you know, I only really want one pumpkin. We're only going to cut, you know, holes out of it and draw a face on it. So I'm not paying 15 quid to drive to some farm in the middle of nowhere and get completely muddy and have a load of pumpkins that I don't want. Six String Slinger 79 says, I might go out dressed as a Gibson. You're the winner. You win. The winner of the Halloween outfit. If you send in a photo, I'll share it on the next live stream. That'd be brilliant. Not sure how you'd go out dressed as a Gibson, but you are completely right. The prices are terrifying. Steve Cassidy might have to don the trusty old bin bag again. What is that though? Like, what are you dressed up as in a bin bag? Doesn't really matter, does it? The UB bought a 98-cent mask at Walmart yesterday. Oh, cool. So you'd be right. Check out the UB stream. And that'll be actually on Halloween. So that'll be pretty cool. And let's all see what that 98-cent mask turned out like. Good one, Johnny. If you dress as a ghost, you could be a booby. Nice one. Brilliant. Yes. So, lots of suggestions coming in about jazz. Great. Yeah. Do suggest stuff. I'm not done with my exploration of, you know, there's so much to check out. It's not just one thing, like any musical genre, of course. There's so many different strands to it, and I began to start discovering that when Binny started talking me through it. But I haven't heard of this, Scandinavian jazz. That's one I haven't come across. So, yeah, I was quite taken with the sort of is it 1920s style gypsy jazz, Django Reinhardt kind of thing. Just really, really, really impressive guitar playing, especially Django Reinhardt, of course. So, yeah, that stuff I thought was that was easier to follow. That was kind of easier to get into than perhaps some of the, as you get more towards like the 1950s. I think when it started to become a really popular mainstream style of music, I think that's where it kind of loses me a little bit, and I cannot get into like the Miles Davis stuff. I just can't, and I know it's good. It's one of those things. Objectively, it clearly is brilliant. The guy is amazing. He's clearly incredibly talented and really interesting. Like and obviously produced massively influential music, but just as a thing to listen to, it doesn't connect. I don't know why. It's interesting, but there's something about it I still don't get. But I'm glad that I know a bit more about it. Definitely. Oh, Rob, you got the Leroy reference. Excellent. Good. I'm glad someone did. I just sometimes I just sort of think, oh, that's just really, how old am I? But and Mike got it as well. Leroy Jenkins. It just really makes me laugh, and it's one of those things that it pops into my head whenever somebody says something like "let's do this" or something, and I inadvertently said "let's do this." I didn't mean to. I think I've been watching Guitar Stuff Studios channel a bit too much. It's rubbing off on me, and I just get the urge to go, "let's do this," and yeah, and then that came into my head, and I thought I've got to put it in. Searching for Tone. Hey, Brian, nice to see you, and thank you for doing that. Always hitting the like on the way in. That's awesome. That's what we like to see. Thanks a lot for that. Oh, Mike says I had a casting call for Beetlejuice 2. Really? Really? Shame. I mean, it was quite good. I think it wasn't obviously as good as the original, but that was a good film. But sometimes things just don't work out, and you can't always do everything. But pretty cool that you had a casting call for that. That's awesome. Yeah. Weekend Warrior, Beetlejuice is an absolute classic. But yeah, it is one of my favourite ones. I think I like the kind of the Tim Burton style. I like that German expressionism type influence. There is a really, really scary animated, like short animated film that is, what's it called? I'm going to look it up. No, I'm not, because I don't know what it's called. What's it called? The Sandman. That's it. The Sandman. It is from, I think, the early 90s. And it's just the creepiest, most horrible little piece of animation that I think I've ever seen. And it's very Tim Burton-esque, but even more weird and scary and creepy. And I can't remember who made it, but I remember seeing it and just being so like utterly freaked out by it. It's just got all the elements of, the kind of Tim Burton-esque, bleak kind of colours, angular shapes, the sort of grotesque faces, puppets as well. It just uses a really eerie soundtrack. It's brilliant. It's really, really chilling. And I think it's meant to be, I think it's for children, weirdly. I'm not sure about that actually, but I saw it when I was probably, I don't know, at university. So I was in my early 20s. And I just remember thinking, that's like the scariest film I've ever seen. But yeah, I really liked it. I really, really liked it. I thought it was brilliant. So yeah, I love anything like that. I think just really appeals to me, but I do find eerie and freaky at the same time. Graham Schofield, sitting with the lights off was pioneered here in Yorkshire. We're not into giving stuff away. Fair enough. Nobody dressing up as Ed Gain. Or would that be a step too far? I mean, I don't think you can really go too far, can you? For, Halloween, it is meant to be scary, but some of them I kind of think, but how do you make it obvious enough what you are supposed to be? It's it's just a little bit difficult sometimes to make it clear what character or whoever you're supposed to be. Ozza says, pumpkins are easy. We used to carve turnips. Turnips. Pumpkins are not easy. They're not. I don't find them very easy to do. It's always a hassle. And then you're left with a pumpkin to dispose of. Because no one in their right mind wants to eat it. I certainly don't anyway. Six String Slinger says you should explore the country genre too. It's becoming more popular now. Well, actually, I do like country music, but I guess I'm talking about sort of country and western. So I suppose Johnny Cash, Dolly Parton, the proper old school country stars, when it was real, if you like. I think whatever the hell is going on now is abysmal. I just think it's dreadful. I think probably since about the mid-90s, I think Garth Brooks probably is the culprit for ruining country music. There you go, I said what I said. And ever since then, it just went downhill to the point where I just completely lost interest, and all the crap that's coming out of like Nashville now is just dreadful. You got that guy Jelly Roll and that sort of thing. It's like, no thank you. No thank you. So yes, there you go. I don't like it, and I'm not interested in it. But I did like what I consider to be like real, proper country music. You're sort of Tammy Wynette, you're Reba McEntire, you're like Bonnie Raitt. Oh my god, like Bonnie Raitt is amazing and an incredible guitarist. Love her music. Yes, absolutely, 100% yes from me. But as I say, I think from kind of the 90s onwards, it just went very, very downhill, unfortunately. And yeah, Billy Ray Cyrus, he's got a lot to answer for, I think, in the world in general. Martin Smith, Pusser's white overalls with loo roll wrapped around it, instant mummy costume. Yes, indeed. I remember when I was at college, I actually played a gig one Halloween, and we we didn't have a long time to get ourselves ready, and we did a fairly good job. I mean, I went as a witch, and that's fairly easy. You put a black dress on, you get a hat, and you do some makeup. So that wasn't too bad. The lead singer was a vampire, so he literally just got like a vampire cape and some, I think he might have put some teeth in, but I think he must have taken them out when he was singing, because otherwise that would have made it too difficult. Pretty sure that Tom was a vampire though. Yeah. But our keyboard player was he was really, really tall and thin and lanky. And, he was really sort of introverted and shy, and he didn't want to kind of make a big thing of, it was bad enough for him being on stage anyway. So we said, oh yeah, we'll dress David up as a mummy. That'll be brilliant. So that was what we did. We just we wrapped him in loads and loads of toilet roll. I just covered his eyes in black coal eyeliner, just coloured his eyes all in. And I think we just wrapped him up in loads of loo roll and sellotape. He didn't look like a mummy. He just looked really ridiculous. But it was fun, I think. I thought it was fun. I think he might still be traumatized to this day. And so speaking of which, let me try and I'm never going to catch up on all the comments, am I? Oh my god, I'm so far behind. Let's go to the end, jump to the end. Bonnie Raitt is blues. Oh, sorry, Dave. Apologies. I can see that. Although I think some of her stuff it leans into country. Budge, hey Budge, if you play country backwards. Oh no, it's not Budge, is it? Johnny. I did it again. Budget guitar show, not budget pedal chap. If you play country backwards, the dude gets his truck, his wife and kids back and quits drinking. I love it. That's absolutely brilliant. But yes, I was going to... yes, Cotton Eye Joe was peak for country music. I was going to say, so speaking of being traumatised for life, obviously, this is a Saturday night. Really, we should be all listening to the Lambs live stream, but he hasn't restarted that yet, as of yet. So I thought I would bring a little bit of Lammy energy to this stream. I can't do live music because kids are in bed and I can't sort of plug in and play my guitar and sing and stuff. But I did find a very, very, very old recording. So the quality on this is going to be incredibly poor, right? But I think it's a bit of fun. I'm going to share it with you. I found an incredibly old video. This is at my best friend's wedding. So that's got to be, that's 2007. So nearly 20 years ago now. And this is me singing karaoke. I was a bridesmaid at my best friend's wedding, and I thought I would share a video of me singing karaoke, doing Genie in a Bottle by Christina
for a century, lonely nights, waiting for someone.
I think they cut my mic at that point. I'm like, can you put my mic back on, please? I need to make this wedding all about me. So there you go. There you go. Yeah, I have an amazing talent for making everything all about me. So don't invite me to your wedding, guys. Not if there's a microphone around. She'd actually asked me to do that. Believe it or not. So yeah, I actually did that for her. Rob, why is the bride on the dance floor by herself? I think because her husband, who she'd just married, I think had just hurt his back. He actually is a pretty good dancer, and they were really quite drunk by that time, and he had been doing all sorts of moves. I think he was having to sit down because I think he'd hurt his back a little bit by that point with his break dancing. So yeah, we're all terrible people. We really, really are, and that's why we're friends. But yes, they're still my friends now, and I see them nearly every day. In fact, they were both my friends before they knew each other. I actually introduced them and got them together. So yeah, and there I am making it all about me again. You see how I did that? But yeah, that is one of my favorite karaoke songs to sing. It's such a good tune, such a great tune. And Weekend Warrior says, I always sing along to this banger tune when it comes on. Yeah, you do. Of course you do. Because it is a banger. Brian said, excuse me, ma'am, your wedding party's down the hall. Spice Girls. No. No Spice Girls. I actually used to think Christina Aguilera was quite good when she was sort of in that phase, and I think then she did a few more. I quite liked a few more of her songs, so that would have been sort of like mid to late 2000s. I mean, pop used to be all right. I used to quite like some of it. When you went out and around, out dancing and stuff, used to be quite good. It used to be actual music, or it used to even sound a bit like music, But yeah, that's a karaoke classic. Tonight the Bottle Let Me Down is a tune. I don't know that one. Who's that by? Or is that a joke that I don't get? Rob, attention span of a gnat. Hiya, Malachi. Feeling a whole lot better after a good training session. Cool. Excellent. We all love a good session of one kind or another. I'm not sure where I was going with that comment, but thank you very much. I do kind of rock, I guess. I just thought that was quite funny, especially where there was a microphone fail. I think they were getting a bit fed up, and I think they just turned it off. No, that's not kind of the thing that I do at open mic nights, Chris. It all tends to be a bit more low key and acousticy, I guess. So like, yeah, I go for much more of that, like taking songs that were cool in the 90s and like playing them like a middle-aged mum. That's my whole open mic night vibe now. Oh, Dirty. That one wasn't out by then, I don't think. 2007. I think that was a little bit later, perhaps. I could be getting that wrong. I could well be getting that wrong. But yeah, I just wanted to do a little bit of music in my own way, because I can't sort of play live, but I just thought that would be a fun one to share. I've probably got some other really, really old, crappy recordings of me doing various hilarious performances, so I'll see if I can dig any more out. But yeah, that's one of my favourite ones, and you know, just because it's really nice. It's a really nice memory. It's a really fun one. Let's try and catch up on some of the comments that I whizzed through earlier on. So let's go all the way back. Oh, for the UK, first snowfall of the year on Ben Nevis today. Right. Well, it is getting towards winter, isn't it? So I guess that's to be expected. Johnny says, a friend of mine who actually taught Billy Joe Armstrong how to play and sold him the blue Strat with the stickers on it that everybody knows is actually a gypsy jazz player. Oh yeah, continuing on from the gypsy jazz thing. Yeah, that's cool. I like that kind of stuff. Blue Fingers says, hard bop, cool jazz and bossa nova were my gateway styles. Right. Yes. I mean, I don't think this is the thing, like, it's hard to draw the line, isn't it? Like, what is jazz really? What is or isn't jazz? It's a bit like, it sort of melds into other things, and other things went into it. It is itself like a mix of different influences and styles. Rob says, if you can, try newgrass or bluegrass too. What's newgrass? I've heard of bluegrass. I think I kind of know what that is. Is newgrass just the updated version, like a modern version? I mean, it's still quite a sort of popular mainstream genre, isn't it? More or less, I think. It's definitely something I've heard of anyway. Carl, good evening to you. Thanks for coming in. Nice to see all of you. Surprised how many people have turned up on a Saturday night. So that's really lovely. Sundays are usually, I kind of expect that people are going to be just chilling at home mostly. Whereas I think, if you're not somebody who's having to stay in because of family, etc., it's usually a night that I think most people are out, aren't they? Although I never am, ever. And I wouldn't even be much these days, even if I didn't have children. I, don't really see the point anymore. Everything's just so expensive. But anyway, I'm not gonna start whinging about that. Das Ninja Sticks says, pop country and bro country is pretty awful. Yeah. I think that's the stuff. I think that's what I'm talking about. I think that's the stuff that I mean. Is that what it's called? Bro country. It's dreadful. I actually don't think it's anything to do with country at all, really. It's certainly not got any sort of anything interesting about it. It hasn't got anything to say. Like the music isn't good. It's predictable, repetitive. There's nothing original or unique about it, and the sort of singers themselves are not even charismatic or interesting. There's no one who's even remotely like Johnny Cash, for example, now. So yeah, that's just not a thing. Yeah, it's getting colder. Mike, yeah, definitely about 8 degrees in Kent. It's not quite that cold here in Devon, but I have finally relented and put a little bit of heating on. Johnny says, for Halloween, I'm wearing normal clothes, a werewolf without the full moon. Ah, I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Ah, say his name 3 times and he'll appear. Are we talking about Lammy? Duck! And that's why everyone said duck. I see. For the duck race, of course. I'm with you now. I'm with you. I'm back in the room. I've caught up, I think, just about. Yeah, I don't think Lammy is actually in this evening, but that little bit of music was sort of in lieu of, whilst we're awaiting his return, with some decent tunes and proper playing and proper singing. What's this? Following on from the World of Warcraft theme, dwarf metal is actually a thing. Check out Wind Rose and their classic track Diggy Diggy Hole. Is that a joke or is that real? I kind of don't want to put that into Google. I'm not sure what it's going to return in the search results. Yeah, I will give it a go. DLR did a few Van Halen covers with some good bluegrass players. Who's DLR? Have I missed something? I definitely did. What's this? Newgrass is the stuff that makes traditional bluegrass players get very upset. Examples are Nickel Creek and the Seldom Seen. Right, okay. Oh, Bad Moon Rising, that's a tune. That's a good tune. I do like that. Okay. All right, yeah, I'm lost now with the chat. Dave Lee Roth. Dope. Obviously. Good old Dave. We love Dave Lee Roth. He is awesome. For my money, he was the best Van Halen singer. That's my preference. I mean, Sammy's good. He's good, but doesn't kind of, I don't know, for me, he just doesn't have the same sort of frontman charisma. I don't know, like just that outrageous quality that Dave Lee Roth had, I think. Yeah, Brian, Gary Cherone was an interesting one. Good singer. He is an extremely good vocalist. Like, you can't take that away from him at all. I don't know why. I just don't like him. It's just a vibe. There's something about that guy. I don't know what it is. But there's just something's a bit off there. Don't know why. He is good though. Absolutely a good singer. Steve Cassidy says, Sammy for me. Well, each to their own. Yeah, he's good. He's he's big mates with, well, he's mates with everyone, isn't he? Sammy Hagar, like there's no one that isn't his mate, but he's pretty good mates with Jerry Cantrell. So I think they've done a few things. And he gets around, doesn't he? And he's sort of collaborates with everyone. So, he's just one of those guys, I think. And yeah, I think he's done very, very well for himself, really. So you can't argue with that. But in terms of the Van Halen thing, it's Dave Lee Roth. I don't think anything that he's done on his own was that good. So yeah, that's the difference, I suppose, isn't it? Yeah, Steve. Even though, see, you love Extreme, but I think that's because of Nuno. Obviously, never been into Sharon's vocals. I kind of get that, but he is good. Like you can't deny that he's good, but it's one of those things. It's funny, isn't it? We can say that something's good but not like it, but we can also appreciate that sometimes something isn't very good, but we like it anyway. It doesn't matter that it's not very good. So it's all just personal taste at the end of the day. And I think with that, I shall wrap up this stream. You've all been amazing company. Thank you very much for coming along on a Saturday night. And I will see you in the live chat of my premiere on Tuesday. So have a great rest of the weekend, and I'll see you then. Cheers, everyone. Take care, and see you soon.